It is the 31st of December 1937, and this is a bit of a déjà vu, because I literally just recorded an hour of gameplay, and OBS crashed, and none of the footage was there. So this is why I don't use Iron Man mode, because this allowed me to reload the save from the end of last episode and do it all over again. Other than that, you would have been presented with, okay, this is what we've achieved, and sorry, I have absolutely no footage how we got there. Anyway, this means I get to do it all over again. Well, the things I do. Anyway, what's our situation? I'm going to try to remember what I did and try to remember what I was saying. First of all, a big thank you to all the commenters who've left a lot of really, really good comments and suggestions. There were a couple of things pointed out that I would like to address. One commenter suggested that we use light tank recon, which I agree is great, but we don't have light tank research, so we obviously can't, or interwar tank research. I don't know if we could ask for light tanks if we don't have light tank tech, or if we could. Not 100% certain how this works, but I also don't think anybody has tanks in surplus at this point. So I might consider that later when we are once we are done with the war against Italy. Now, the other thing that was mentioned was that I should probably get level 2 forts, because level 2 forts are still better than level 1 forts, and level 1 forts, even if even if the level 2 forts are broken down, I still have a sufficient amount of defense here. I'm gonna do it, but I don't think they will complete in time before I'm actually not holding this line anymore. And I might cancel that later on. I mean, can't harm, but I am currently building a military factory, which is going to complete in July 1939. So I don't think fortress construction is still going to happen. Also because these things are getting more expensive. So for each level of fort, they cost they cost plus 500 more in terms of IC, which means these would cost 1,000 now, which is going to take twice as long to construct as the other one. So I don't think this is going to complete, but I'll leave it here for now. The other thing that I need to worry about, because it is now the 31st of December 1937, so it's technically 1938. I do need to get the Defeat the Colonizers event in order to get the white peace with Italy. This event requires that Italy is not in a faction, which means I am on a timer, because in, I believe, April or May on historical 1939, Italy is going to join the Axis, at which point I would be at war with the Axis, which would not necessarily be a huge problem by itself. But the other thing that I get out of the white peace is that I become the owner of Eritrea and Somaliland, which means I can release these as puppets. And that means I don't need to garrison them, because I really don't have the manpower to do that. We are now on extensive conscription, which should take care of our manpower problems for now. We are working on collectivist ethos, which by itself isn't going to do anything just yet, because it reduces the daily democracy support, which is not a problem that we necessarily have, because we have no democracy in Ethiopia. Where we want to be are these two, because militarism gives us 5% recruitable population, and military youth gives us another 2%. The problem is, in order to get there, we need to get through nationalism focus, which is going to give us fascism support for 2 years, which isn't great. Well, first of all, because we're actually fighting the fascists. The second reason this isn't great is because we are getting 15% stability from the fact that the ruling party is 100% popular, because the Solomonic dynasty is an absolute monarchy with Haile Selassie at the head of it. If we start getting fascism support under Mariam, then this reduces the amount of support for non-aligned, which reduces our stability, which means it gets to the point where we will face strikes, which are really, really nasty for your political power and for your production, which is very essential to have the production. So we want to avoid that. In order to avoid that, we need to do something about the fascism once it pops up, which means we're going to use political actions to clamp down on this emerging support for the fascism that comes out of the fact that the whole country is united behind the military in the defense of the empire. The problem is things like anti-fascist raids are dropping the base stability by 10%, which then recovers slowly while the fascism support gets countered. The problem is losing 10% stability is not something that we can easily afford because we don't have it. So we need the improved worker conditions to run to boost our stability before we do that. So that's one of the next targets we're using the political power for. We also need to still switch to war economy. That's another 150 political power we're going to need. And that's that. Now, our officers, our general can become an infantry expert. I don't necessarily want to do that just yet, because I already have an infantry expert in the military high command, Haile Abamersa. So, first of all, that guy's better. And second of all, it costs me political power to trade them. I would like for him to have a different skill. The problem is, I think the only one that we can get would be army regrouping, which I would be okay with. It needs the organizer skill. The problem is the organizer skill requires that we are using battle plans. We are using battle plans, theoretically. The problem to a degree is that this doesn't seem to be working on the defense. It's not that we've ever done anything but defense, but he's not going to get that skill anytime soon. Let me put it that way. So I'm holding back on this because right now I wouldn't trade him anyway, even though he is on a high enough level. Our field marshal, on the other hand, is almost at level 4. Once he's at level 4, then he can pick up one of the chief of army traits, and we can install him as chief of army, and he's going to give us bonus. Right, so much for that. So the next thing, if we are going so we aren't going to need to go to the offensive in 1938 because we need to complete the offensive in early 1939, and the easy part is the north. Paradoxically, because that's all mountains. The hard part is the south, because we're going to need to swing around here to get these guys cut off, and that's all plains, and plains don't defend very well. So I'm not sure if we can get across. I think we can, yeah. This is a river crossing, but they will have somebody defending these ports. What we're trying to do effectively is cut these guys off from the ports, and we will push through we don't want to push through the mountains. We will push through the hills, and we will try to rush down this route and cut them off from their ports, destroy them in the mountains, and then take the rest of the country. It doesn't usually work. Normally they have somebody here defending the ports, either from Italy or they just left someone behind. And this is very difficult to defend territory once you take it. So, and there's no supply down here until you take the ports. So that's a hard fight. The northern fight is not so bad, because if we look at the terrain mode, this is desert. We should be able to get through that pretty quickly. That is desert, not a huge problem. The port of Asmara here, however, this is the target. We need to get the port of Asmara, and that's mountainous terrain. So once we've taken that port, the whole northern Italian army loses their supply, which means they get no more reinforcements, no more ammunition, no more food, no more medical supplies, and then we can destroy them. That's the whole reason why we've kept them apart, such that we can destroy them in the north in detail. In order for that to happen, we need additional divisions, and we don't need 13 of them. We only need 11. So let's do that. 11 divisions is what we need. These are port garrison divisions, so they are 10 with infantry. We could add support artillery to them, but it only adds 15 points of soft attack. So it's not an awful lot, and probably not worth the amount of artillery that we can send. The problem is we don't have guns, and these guys need to train. and we need them to train quickly. So we need these guys to train up and become available, so we can pull some of the more experienced divisions off the defense and use them to push north. We need about 7 of them. That should be sufficient to take the port and wipe out the Italian divisions in the north here, which means we're going to have to scatter some of the defensive divisions into the line here and hold while everybody else goes. And these 10 should be sufficient to make that happen. We just need to, or 11. We just need to get them out into the field, and that's why they are on priority. We are 7,000 guns short. 1,800 of them for reinforcements, 5,500 of them for training divisions, and that's why we're prioritizing the training of these port garrisons, because we need to get these guns and we don't know where to get them. The Soviet Union, let's check if the Soviet Union has guns. The Soviet Union does not have guns. Support equipment? Nope. Artillery? Nope. I believe the Germans, so nobody else here is going to send us any guns, and we can only ask communist countries or fascist countries to support us, because the Democrats need, if we were for some reason are going to ask, we can't. Australia, we can't, because they need 50% world tension, so that's not happening. And even our non-aligned friends aren't able to do that either. They are positive towards us, but they need 40% world tension, which isn't there. So the only people we can ask are the fascists and the communists. So we are going to check if the Germans have guns, because they have sent, no, they don't. Okay, they might have guns, but we would need to improve our relations with them first again. They might have guns ready. They have sent us, they've sent us 493 Carabiner 98K. They're all delivered, but they're not going to send any more, and we need to request again, and currently they won't accept. So we'll wait for 10 political power to request again, and then see if they can send us something. And in the meantime, we're just going to have to hold. We're going to have to hold a line and get these divisions trained. That is absolute priority. So these guys need to get out as soon as I'm going to deploy them as soon as they're ready. I need to get them into the field as quickly as possible. Okay, research is going. We're doing collectivist ethos. We don't need to go down here just yet. We need to do improved worker conditions before we go down here. So we can entertain ourselves with an extra research slot or some equipment effort on the other side. But we need these 10 divisions in the field before we can start the offensive. The Italians are, if we're looking at the battles, the Italians are actually taking a bit of a beating, to be honest. Like, look at these values, right? And this comes from our entrenchment. So the battles don't last far as long as they used to, and we're trading very favorably. They take casualties in the thousands, whereas we take very little casualties, because they are assaulting into the mountains and into our very, very well entrenched positions at this point. We got a couple of artillery guns laying around. One thing that I wanted to do was to improve our mountaineer division, but and to give them the support artillery. That would require 12 guns, which we have available, so we could do that. And I also want these to be a bit larger. So let's see how big I can make these. Well, I don't have the military experience to make them any bigger. But we will adjust that in due time. We can actually train a couple more of them, but I want to change the size first before we do that. Okay, I have let's improve relations with the Germans again. I need my political power to start doing the improved worker conditions, but for now we'll get ourselves up a little bit again. I'm going to go a bit beyond 43 at this point, because I don't want to have to spend the 10 political power every time I'm asking them. But yeah, we need more guns, and we need them sooner rather than later. So let's check if the Soviets have any guns, because the Soviet Union still likes us. They do not have any guns, they do not have any support equipment, and they do not have any artillery. So, Germany, German Reich. Let's go a little bit further. We can already check if they can send us any guns. No, they can send us 0 Karabiner 98K. Okay. So we'll go a little bit further, but then I'll stop because I need the political power to get that up first. Yeah, that should be sufficient. Okay. We'll check again in February and see if they have any guns in February. These guys need to... Okay, we can start deploying them. Awesome. So let's pause that. These troops have no equipment. They are short guns. Most of them don't have a gun. They have no experience. They're still green, which means they get a minus 25% combat modifier. But they will give us some manpower to hold. So we're already going to start. Now let me try to remember how I was distributing those. We're going to need four here. So these 4 are going to these 4 are going to get their own front line because we're going to start pushing north. So once we start pushing north, the Italians are going to start frantic counterattacks, but we also need to make sure that we're not abandoning this province here. So these 4 divisions are going to get their own front line, and they can get their planning up. Don't mind that. So we get these assigned there, and then we'll distribute the additional divisions here. So we'll send one already here to. In fact, actually, let's give these also their own front line. Let's do the same thing. So, technical difficulties. Obviously, as you know, I had already to restart because normally I record 1 hour gameplay in one go. And then I will, get a video out of this. And then I edit that video and upload it and everybody's happy. Unfortunately, OBS in its current version, in the current version of Windows, I don't know where the actual problem is, but something doesn't want to play ball. So OBS has the tendency to just hang once I stop the recording, and then only export a part of the video that has been recorded, which is extremely annoying because that means, the first time around I did this, I recorded for an hour and then I only got about 15 minutes worth of recording out of it, so I started over again and did it again. The second time around, after 15 minutes of recording, I stopped and it crashed again, so I got a couple minutes out of that, which means I'm not going to do the whole thing a third time, but I'm just going to start playing ahead, and I hope that I can do my best to sort of stitch that together in editing and make sure that you can kind of make sense of this whole thing. So we're back in February 1st. I think we were already further ahead. So I'm just going to play ahead to where I was changing the Mountaineer template, because I think that's what I was doing. Yes. So I'll play ahead to that point, and I'll cut that bit out, and then I will let you know, and then we'll get back to it. So I'll just skip forward because I'm on the last autosave, which is a little bit before where I was actually. Windows. I hate Windows. Okay, we're back at 30 army experience, so I am going to change the Mountaineer division again. I think you've already seen this, but it's difficult to keep in mind what I've already done and what I haven't done. Actually, in fact, yeah, no, the 1 artillery. There we go. So it's now 21 with division. Save that and train me another one of that. Okay. And we're just waiting to get these divisions deployed. Now I think we're pretty much caught up. I've got 1 division over here already. I've got the other 4 on the front line. Yeah. Okay, I think we're pretty much caught up at this point. So I'm gonna hope that things stop crashing, or well, not crashing, but just dying on me. And yeah, apologies for the confused quality of this video. I am trying my best to. I'm going to try my best in edit to make sense of this all. Anyway, I can totally not remember if we already asked for Lend-Lease. So let's see if the German Reich has any guns. Maybe they have support equipment. They do not. They do not have artillery. Are they going to send us 0 guns again? Yes, they are going to send us 0 guns. How about the Soviet Union? Do you have anything? Do you have any infantry equipment? They do have guns. Ooh, how about support equipment? Nope, not have that. And no artillery either, but they have guns. Okay, send me guns, please. I'll take it, 130 guns. And we will get them... Oh, they are also supporting the other ones here. Probably that's why. We get them in 28 days. So that's good. Let's keep... Okay, we can deploy a couple more divisions here. I need to get these all out as soon as possible. So we've got 3 more divisions. I've got 4 here. And I'm trying to remember how I did this before. I think I sent one more division here. Let's see. 1 more division onto that front line. And that leaves us with 2. And we're going to give these 2 already onto a front line here. There we go. 2. No, that's entirely not what I was trying to do, game. Not 19 divisions. Okay. Can I undo somehow? Not really. Okay, so these 3 divisions... we're not going to attack here, so we can actually start deleting this front line. We are going to delete all the northern front lines and redo that all. So these 4 go here. That one goes there. We are going to send another one over here. Yep. We're going to send these 2 over there. And we're going to start putting some fallback lines here. Otherwise, these 2 divisions are going to get an offensive line here. No, not the whole front line. 2 divisions offensive line here. 2 divisions, and they will get... they need to take the port of Asmara. Okay, so this is also starting to look a little bit less chaotic with all the arrows, since it's not working anyway. And so we've got the other divisions. So these 3 divisions can stay on here for now. These 3 divisions are going to stay on here by 4. That's 3 divisions in my count. So these 3 are going to stay here. These 4 are staying here. These 2 are staying here. Okay, we are going to leave. We're going to be drawing... I think moving those out. So we'll leave the rest of them here for now. So we're going to leave these 6 divisions on a defensive line here. So we've got 5 divisions, 3, and then I believe a couple of these are moving over. Okay, so that should... so we've got 4, 5, 6, 4, yeah. Okay, let's then move. Collectivist ethos is done. We don't need to go, or we can't do nationalism focus just yet. So we can either go extra research slot, or we can go for equipment effort. I think equipment effort is a good one, because we are in 1938, and I believe we can, we can get the 1938 weapons tax. So that's something we definitely want. We're already researching that and that, so that'll boost our artillery. And we're not going to switch to the 1939 tax anytime soon anyway. And in other good news, my field marshal has reached level 4, which means he can become my chief of army. Now I could give him the entrenchment specialist, which is not something I necessarily want, because he is we're not going to be entrenched for an awful lot longer. We're going on the offensive. He could get the army morale for the reduced out of supply penalty. So when my troops don't have supply, then they still fight better. That's not terrible, but I think I can get the army organization specialist. because he can get the organization first trait, and he's almost got the trickster trait as well, which gives additional recon, which is good. But I'm not sure because we don't have any recon divisions at this point. So, but that leads to another couple of things. But I'm going to give him organization first, unfortunately, instead of infantry expert. This would give us a flat out 10% infantry division attack, which would be nice. But it's only a part of his skill gets applied anyway because he's a field marshal. So we are going to give him the organization first, which improves our reinforce rate, which means our divisions get into battle faster. And it also means that he can become an army organization specialist, which means once we reach 50 political power, we can install him as head of army. So that's a good thing. Another division we can deploy here that can already be assigned to this front line. Okay, let's keep everything moving. The plan is to start drawing some of these offensive divisions over to this front, and to make sure that that probably around March would be good if we could start the assault, and we need the divisions in place for that. So obviously the mountaineers need to still get their towed artillery and their infantry equipment. We're obviously short on everything, but we're working on it. And once these two divisions are out, these guys actually on low priority. I don't need them just yet. We can deploy one. That just leaves one. So we've got one more division. And we'll see. We'll leave them here for now. Once these 4 divisions here are distributed, then we can start drawing some, and entrenched, we can start drawing some of these divisions off here. They're extremely under strength, and they're all still without experience, so not a good thing. But they will gain some experience in the field just while fighting. So, and it's men in the field, you know? So it's better than nothing. These 4 should be able to hold this eventually. And once this one is trained enough that we can deploy them, then we are going to start getting back into reinforcements. So once that's happening, once we've got 50 political power, we'll install him as the chief of army. I think we can probably start taking one division off. No, I want them entrenched first. There's still one division that moves over there, and we've still got one more division to come. So we've got 3 here. We're gonna need... Okay, we can pull one off here, I think, at this point. So let's get this division assigned there. Let's get them to move over. Thank you. And we're gonna get another division over here. That should be sufficient to hold this. And we should be able to draw... Well, once these guys are entrenched properly, because right now they're coming under attack, we can definitely start assigning the mountaineers over here. That's how many divisions? 4. We need more. So we're gonna have to draw some more off. We can force deploy another one. That can stay. That gives us 3 divisions here. And I'm almost thinking that 2 divisions here can hold this on their own. Yeah. So we're going to assign another division here from the... Okay, that's done. Interval artillery. We do need anti-air eventually, but not now. We're already researching the maintenance company, so we're going to start the improved infantry tech here. We are working on a research bonus for infantry tech, so once that comes in, then that's good. And we've got 50 political power, so we can get the division organization up, and plus 6%. Plus 0.06 points daily for army experience gains. So let's get him in. Okay, so we're already moving one off. I think I can move one from here as well. So that's 5. And then we are, let's see, we might be just getting 2 more from here, for 7 divisions in total. That should be we should be capable of holding that once everybody is sufficiently entrenched. Let's get everybody moving. Okay, Spain is finished, which reminds me, let's ask how's the Soviet Union's delivery coming along? They are, okay, first shipment is there. Can they send us artillery? Nope. Can they send us support equipment? Nope. So just send me more guns if you can. That's one gun. I'll take it. Fascism. German Reich. Can you send me support equipment? No. Artillery? No. But can you send me more guns? No. You don't have any guns either. Okay. Germans can't send it. Nobody can send any guns. So we'll just have to work our way out of this here. Okay, let's get everybody entrenched and moving. So this is all we're 24 divisions now. So priority now is on reinforcements. We need to get these divisions up to strength. But we have 7 divisions here. That should be sufficient for the northern push, because it's already March and I want to get that started as soon as humanly possible. But I need these divisions over there actually in order to make that happen. And right now these guys are still viciously attacking us, but we are starting to have some really decent amount of firepower in return, which damages the Italians so much that these kind of aggressive charges are defeated very quickly, which means we are not taking as many losses. And yeah, if you see that, we're taking 100, 300, 400 losses, and the Italians are taking losses in the thousands because they are running their heads into our defensive positions pretty much. Okay, one more division. And then we have, I think, all the divisions here. Have these guys received their artillery by now? They're still waiting for 7 artillery and 600 infantry equipment. So they're still under strength. But I am temporarily going to turn this into an elite division, which means they get priority when it comes to new equipment. So they should be getting their equipment relatively quickly. And yeah, the weaker divisions here are going to just have to supplement the defenses. They're not going to do an awful lot by themselves, but everyone's starting to be entrenched, and the first ones are starting to be reasonably experienced, even though they are extremely out of equipment. But the new equipment is coming in. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one. Are they force? Yeah, they're force attacking. That's why. But these divisions should be, the experienced ones should be able to hold this. I think they can hold. It might just be that some of these divisions might have to retreat. We'll see how it goes. How far are we with the plan? We're still preparing. Can I see how long that is still taking? Can I see that somehow? Can you tell me, game? No, game cannot tell me. But we do need to start this assault. So I think everybody is as entrenched as it's going to get. And it's April, so we'll do one more round of asking for Lend-Lease. Germany, do you have support equipment? No. Do you have RT? No. Do you have guns? No. Soviet Union, do you have support equipment? No. Do you have artillery? No. Can you send me more guns? No. Okay, so this is all we're going to get. We are going to have to live with this. And unfortunately, these are under strength. But it should be sufficient to get through this. So we are going to get these 7 divisions. And we are launching the assault against Italy. I'm not 100% certain if I did this at around the same time last time in the first run. But I think it was around about the same time. So here we are yet again. Okay, 7 divisions. 7 divisions, go. And then we will leave 2 divisions here to defend. Proceed. Leave another 1 division here, and then the rest assault Asmara. That is currently the plan. And we will divert from it as we go. but go. And I am actually going to reduce it to 2 speed because that is going to be... I do have to keep a close eye. Once the Italians are realizing that they are being encircled, then they will try to break out and run some pretty vicious attacks against us. But hopefully this combination of experienced and inexperienced divisions can hold this. Yep, they're already attacking here. And these divisions are slightly under strength at this point. But we are getting through here. So that one division that is entrenched in the desert is not going to be able to withstand this assault. They force attacking? No. So we'll just have to keep an eye on things and make sure that the home defense here is holding. They are attacking us with 9 divisions. And some of our divisions are pretty severely under strength at this point. But we have defeated the Italians in the desert. They are sending reinforcements. How long is it until they're going to be there? They are 2 days, 11 hours. And these guys, 2 days, 0 hours. Okay, so we're just beating them. We're just beating them to it. So we don't have to fight that division. This is concerning me a little bit here. Because we are so much under strength. And these are actually relatively powerful divisions here. So... their planning bonus is really kicking in. Let's keep an eye on that, but we should be able to hold this. Meanwhile, we're pushing this division out of the desert. Okay, so now we're getting counterattacked, and now we have to make sure that the divisions are not moving off again. So who was supposed to? You two were supposed to stay here. So I'm going to give these 2 divisions a fallback line here. 2 divisions, and they actually have left this open. So once the defense is completed, I might actually go and the rest of the divisions is actually moving off there. Right now they're on the defense here, but that shouldn't last too long. This is holding. Good. Yeah, this is holding, although they are still cycle charging, but for now it's holding. Okay, defense is ongoing. But this division isn't moving. So they will have someone guarding the port in Asmara, but hopefully it's just 1 division. Okay, these 2 divisions are now defending. I don't need 2 divisions here, I believe. I may be able to just send 1 and take this already. Let's see. The rest of them, the other 5 need to move on. Take the desert province. There's 2 divisions here. They left this mountain province open because they don't have enough troops to defend the whole line there. So while they're charging us in the south, we are moving north here. Okay, we've taken it, and here comes the battle. This is the one. This is you assist with that assault. We need all 5 divisions on this. Actually, we only have 4 divisions. We have enough width for 4 divisions, so 4 would have been sufficient. So this is these are the port guards under Emilio de Bono, and these guys need to be defeated. Now they are in the mountains and they're obviously entrenched, but we have relatively experienced commanders, and we're pushing them out from this province now. While we are continuing to hold. Yes, I think we are holding and we are kind of neutral on equipment. Okay, we have taken this province. Now we need to leave 1 division here on a fallback line. Okay, we might be able to take Gondar. Actually, that would be amazing, because while these guys are continuing to cycle charge here, we might be able to take Gondar, because that's usually a very, very difficult one to take because of this river line here. So that crossing is normally quite hard. But first of all, we need to take the port. And we are coming under air attack now. But I think we can force this assault and take the port off them. And then potentially also take the airport of them. I think the airport was somewhere in the north here. Then that'll put an end to the air support as well. And it's only a matter of time. They are well entrenched. Okay, equipment effort's done. Hang on. Let's get We can get the doctrine effort already, or the research slot. Let's go for the research slot at this point. The next thing we need to do is improved worker conditions, but we still have some time for that. So let's... I think what I'm gonna do... Okay, I think I'm gonna send another division and actually take Gondar. Because but we need to get through here first. We've got one in reserve. So that should be okay. The Air Force is hammering us. We're running out of supply, but I think we're going to be able to take the port. So that battle here is where the fate of the northern front is being decided. We are holding. We're still under attack here, but we're holding for now. 97, come on. They're almost done for. This infantry division maintenance company is done. So now we can use the equipment, the bonus to get the equipment research done quicker. Okay. And Emilio de Bono, even with air support, is not able to hold this onslaught. And we have taken the port. Okay, what are we going to do now? So this one division needs to stay here. So this one division is going to stay here. We're going to... I'm going to divert one of the divisions and send them over to Gondar and just cut them off completely. I am going to keep pushing. So the other two divisions are going to move to the port and going to hold the port for now. And I'm going to keep pushing with the Mountaineers because they might be able to outrun the other divisions here and take the airport off them. So let's do that. And everybody else on the move. Okay, are we holding? Yes, we are holding. So we have now cut off the northern divisions. Let's push these already south. Let them not reorganize. Let's see if our Mountaineers can make this actually happen, because they are out of supply at this point. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's particularly gonna work well. We do need to take this here as well. Now supply becomes an interesting problem at this point, because we're completely out of supply, because we have no port, so we have no supply connection to the port, which means we are fighting out of supply here in the north, which is why taking Gondar is going to be a key. Actually, I think they are moving towards Gondar. Let's see if we can cut them off, and that means I'm going to have to get that division moved there. And make sure that I'm going to get another division here. Okay, so that division's moving off. We are going to try and take... Nope, they are actually assaulting us at this point. Okay, so just making sure that we can hold this. Yeah, this isn't necessarily going to work. I would love to push these guys out of here already, but I don't think our Mountaineers are having the supply. They're counterattacking the port now. We've got two divisions here that defend. Even without supply, that shouldn't be a massive issue. This is, however, probably not going to work, so we'll stop that. We'll try to cut them off further in the north. I don't know where they... I think they're moving north, so let's try to cut them off there. And we are moving divisions around. Yeah, we're moving the divisions around. We're not going to assault from the south because river lines, but we are going to have to reduce these this cauldron that we're now creating here. These guys should be faster to make it through to the mountains. They're going to take 2 days, 6 hours. These guys are going to take 2 days, 22 hours. Yeah, so they can make it there quicker. The problem is obviously they cannot recover because they have no supply. But these guys are attacking us, so we will already start. Not yet, Kameraden, not yet. We will take Gondar if we can. Yeah, they are attacking south, and you see all the Italian divisions are now starting to run out of supply. So we don't know exactly how much supply they have left, but they are going to start running out. What happened with my front line? Okay, delete this whole front line. Everybody here is on fallback orders at this point. Okay, if we can take Gondar, that's a massive win, because then these divisions are completely encircled. Okay, we are starting to see some supply coming in, and that is 45% is not great, but a little bit of supply is trickling in. And once we take Gondar, we can wipe out these 2 divisions in the north, and then we can start moving south. Okay, let's since we're at it, let's quickly check with the Soviet Union. Do you have artillery? No. Do you have support equipment? No. Can you send me more guns? 1. Okay. Germany, my friends. German Reich, can you send me anything? Not that. Not that. Can you send me any more guns? No. So the Germans aren't going to send me any more guns. Okay, these guys are now trying to link up again, and they are assaulting here quite viciously. We should be able to hold this, otherwise we might have to bring in another division here. But we have taken Gondar. Okay, we have taken Gondar. This division needs to stay here now. Okay, what we need to do now is take these guys out. So we're going to assault everybody here with the divisions that we have. We're holding in the mountains. They are trying to break out towards the port, but they're not going to. So we're going to clean this up, and then just keeping an eye here that this isn't falling. I might have to send one more of these defensive divisions over. Maybe, but I think they are so out of supply. 14 days, 18, 16 days. Yeah, there's only one division that can really fight back, but it's the experienced division. And they are sufficiently out of supply that I think things are okay. We are going to actually, we don't need to support. We are getting attacked in Gondar here as well. And we do not have supply in Gondar, but then neither do the Italians. And attacking without supply is pretty darn difficult. This is still concerning me, so I think I'm going to send one of these divisions over. Just to lend a bit. Oh, my general got wounded. In bringing the battle to a successful conclusion, seems general put himself a bit too much risk. He's been wounded, will likely take some time. So for 90 days he is wounded, which means his stats don't really apply. Mildly unfortunate, that could have been better, but it is what it is. Diplomacy. Let's ask the Germans one, because I think that's the last time we can actually ask them. No, they just don't have any guns. How about the Soviets? Because I think that's also about the last time we can actually ask the Soviets for anything. They have 1 gun. Okay, so that's all the foreign support we're going to get. But we are now, and you see we got the sabotage action there actually. We're gonna take that just to make sure that we're not forgetting about it. And they are now encircled here, which means we can support from the south with the division that has supply and can already start. These divisions are under attack. That's okay. So we've got how many Italian divisions? It's 8, 9, 10 Italian divisions that are going to be wiped out. Let's have a quick look. They're at 340,000 casualties. That is going to increase because these divisions here have nowhere to go. And they're out of supply. And our divisions are overrunning them at this point. So there is not an awful lot that that these guys are going to be able to do. And there we go. The Italian divisions are done for. And now the counterattack starts. We do need to guard the port. I am going to divert currently. Okay, let's delete all these fallback lines. So we're going to give these divisions because these are the divisions that are actually assaulting, a front line along here, and they will wipe out the remaining Italian divisions, except for this one. This one is going to get a fallback line in Asmara. Later on we're going to divert the port guard divisions there, but actually, you know what, that division can already go here, and we're going to get one of the port guard divisions to hold that. Okay. And you already start the assault south. And we will try to push them out from here, but we've got 2 divisions coming in from the north, and they will attack this way. And the same goes for the mountain divisions. They will attack this way as well, because here we can get through hills. We are still taking... They still have the air superiority, but we are getting reinforcements now coming in, just making sure that the front line in the south is holding. How are we equipment-wise? Short, but not as short as we used to be. And we are getting... It's May. I think we're still good on time. A little bit late, but it could have been worse. This division is already going south, yeah. And these divisions are assisting with the attack. Gondar is holding. We are wiping them out here. We're not going to attack across the river, but we can move in through the north, through the hills, and then they have nowhere to go. And that will be the end of the northern front once that's actually complete. Because these guys are putting up a pretty fierce resistance, even though they are completely out of supply. And while they do have area... Oh, we are attacking across rivers somewhere here. Oh, that's the northern flank. Okay, that is not ideal. Stop that assault. Actually move around the south. No, you... yeah, and then here. Okay. And... yeah, we're going to get that assault going from the south. You not yet starting. We're going to need more divisions here. They are going to be out of supply again, so that is going to be a hard fight here, but we will get there. That division is going to... we can help out here for now. So let's assist there. These 3 are not under attack, so it's okay. And now we can assault with all 3 divisions here and push them back into the mountains. We are out of supply, they are out of supply, everybody's out of supply, which means our breakthrough is terrible, but their attacks also affected. And we've got the mountaineers now in as well. And once they join the assault, we'll just have to wear them down here at this point. So we've got 3 divisions pushing in here. And I am going to keep going because they are running very low on running very low on organization because they don't have supplies, they can't reorganize. We're holding the north here. And we're holding the front line at home. So while this is painful, I can't really divert any divisions from the front lines here to assist with that. So these divisions are going to have to make this happen. And I think these are going to be able to push them out and might be able to push across the river, because once we are closing this gap here, we will start seeing some supply trickling in. So maybe, yeah, I'm just going to hold these 5 divisions pinned here, even if we're not necessarily winning this. We are still, yeah, we're pushing 1 back already. Well, that across the river is going to be difficult though. I don't want to... No, I need these 3. Maybe I don't need 3 of them. Let's get another division. Do I need 3 to hold? Shouldn't need 3. I might be able to divert 1 division here from Addis Ababa to assist with this assault here. Because we need to... and we have to cross the river at some point, because the attack from the north is faltering, just because the Italians are... because we don't have any supply in the north. And that's because the port has no... the naval base has no connection here towards to our home base, to our capital. So these guys should not start moving off though. Just keep the attack going. We might be able to push them out from there, and we are definitely able to push them out from here. And we may be able to get a bit of fire support from the south if things go well, that is. Now this is going to start costing us in terms of equipment quite dearly, because these fights are costly that we're taking there, both in terms of manpower losses and in terms of equipment losses especially. But we should have them almost out from here. And again, they are completely out of supply. So now we can push the attack here. Unfortunately, we are under assault everywhere else, and this is across a river. So we're gonna get one division here to try and help out with this push. And see if we... this is all terrible because it's across the river. But we don't seem to be breaking through in the north either. But at least we have supply here. But this attack across the river into the mountains is not going well, as you would expect. I just can't pull any more divisions off the trenches because they still have obviously the troops in the south. Okay, so this is taking a little longer than I would like it to be. They are now breaking here in the north, but again we have no supply. But once we take this province, they will suffer from the encirclement bonus that we're getting. Breaking through here is looking like it's gonna be expensive. We can divert another division from here, from the capital, but this is all the troops we can spare at this point. We can't spare any more troops. And you are not supposed to. You're not supposed to move off. You are supposed to be in this front line. So let's extend that and just keep pushing. Just keep pushing them. Keep pushing them. And close that. Try as might to close that. We've got 5 divisions engaged now. Unfortunately, they're all attacking across rivers, which, even though the Italians are exhausted, is less than ideal. We're gonna need to let these guys get a little bit recovered, but I think we may be able to get through the hills there. Wait until they've recovered some of their organization at least, and then join the attack again. We need to take this province here in the north, which is proving to be more difficult than it should be, but that's because we are completely out of supply. Actually, we're not out of supply. We are within supply. We're just out of organization. So if we can take them in the north, then we will be able to close. Yes, we've closed it. Nice. Okay, everybody focus. Who is walking there? Okay, that division is retreating. Actually defend, because they're trying to break out at this point. And we need the other divisions here first. So just defend. Try to hold this. We're getting reserves in. Only a bit less than 2 days. How long are you gonna hold? I think we can hold here. So mountain division back here. Everybody back here, and mountain division also on the attack. Okay, defense is holding and the attack is now starting to look positive. So these Italians, this is what I mean, they now get the encirclement penalty of minus 30% to attack and defense. They're encircled, they're out of supply, and this is 8 Italian divisions that are about to get destroyed. And once that's happened, then we will have to swiftly move south. So the mountaineers are not going to be... Are the mountaineers... That's my next question. I don't need the mountaineers here. I'm going to assign them here already. Get them to move here. Because they are also faster a little bit and a little bit better in hills. And this is a hills province. Unfortunately, the rest of it is all plains. But we will start the southern push pretty soon. And we need some divisions here in order to make that happen. So first we need to wipe out these 8 divisions here. But I think, despite the fact that we are running very low on everything, you see, yep, they're down to 6 divisions. They are surrendering. The Italians are surrendering in northern Ethiopia, and our divisions are able to break them. They're down to 5 divisions in the mountains. So they are now starting to become under strength. And why are these 2 not in the fight even? There's just 3 divisions engaged. That's interesting, because they're in the same province. They should all be engaged. Let's see. But it's not going to take long. Giovanni Messe only has 2 divisions in the fight at this point. The other 2 are not engaged, probably too exhausted to fight. And they're being assaulted from all directions by the Ethiopians. And once that is wiped out, then we will focus. So down to 4 divisions. Once that is wiped out, then we will focus on the south. This division has been defeated in the attack. That is okay. We're already going to assign it here. And I think we are holding here still. Yeah, we're still holding with 3, so that's okay. There are 2 divisions left. Only 2 divisions left here. Mountaineers are already on the move. This division, please support the attack for now. I know it's across rivers. It's not great. We can use... No, we don't have the command... he can't use it because he's wounded. I was really would have liked to use that ability, but he is wounded. So that means we're going to get you already. We've already moved 1 over. Okay, we've done it. We have wiped out the Italian positions in the north, and now starts the assault towards the south. It's June, it's half the year through, and I think we've got probably about 8 months or so to make sure the rest that we take the rest of Ethiopia and Somaliland. Here, by the way, there's absolutely no supply there. And this area unfortunately has 2 ports. So there's a supply port here and there's the supply port in Mogadishu. So we need to make sure that we cut them off ideally from these supply ports. And they will have some defenses down south. They're already starting to have some defenses in the hills here. So breaking through here is going to be quite interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to reassert all these divisions here. So we've got 3 divisions holding the line, 3 divisions holding the line, and 6 divisions holding the line here. 3 of which are just the port guard divisions. The rest of them, we may be able to take 1 more division over here. So that leaves us with 12 divisions, including the 3 port guards. But that should be sufficient to push through here and try to cut these guys off. These are hills provinces, so we can try to get the mountaineers through here if we can break through, that is. But first, everybody needs to move to the front line and take a little bit of rest and recover, because we've lost a lot of equipment in this action, and we're not catching up with our production at this point. But the Italians have now taken 440,000 losses, so we're trading 5-1 pretty much. We have taken 85,000 losses, which is large, but we still have 200,000 men in reserve. So we don't quite need to deal with recruitable population just yet. And yeah, our field marshal is... Oh no, he's still level 4. So once he reaches, I believe, level 6. Yeah, once he reaches skill level 6, then he will be an expert. Right now, he's a specialist. And we should now start seeing... yes, we are starting to see the organizer experience, because we are using the battle plans, which means he should soon be able to get army regrouping. And then we can actually introduce him as another part of the military high command. I think I'm going to end the episode here for today. In the next episode, we will start the southern assault, but at this point, we actually outnumber the Italians, I think. That's 8, 11, 14 divisions. Yes, we are outnumbering the Italians at this point. And until they send in reinforcements from home, which they do tend to do naval invasions in the north here, so we do need to keep an eye on that. We should be able to destroy the remaining divisions that they have here. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.